Reports indicated that Caitlin Clark had addressed the referees during the much-anticipated Iowa-Fairfield matchup, with observers saying that her message appeared to reflect her frustration, leadership, and desire for fairness throughout the contest. Commentators noted that the star guard, who had been the focus of intense defensive pressure, was seen speaking directly to officials several times, with those close to the court claiming that she seemed to be communicating concerns about the physicality of the game and the consistency of certain calls. Witnesses explained that early in the game, Clark appeared to gesture toward a sequence in which she thought contact had been overlooked. Analysts later reported that she seemed to be telling the referees that she expected a clearer standard for fouls, especially given the aggressive style Fairfield had brought into the matchup. According to those who observed her behavior, Clark did not appear confrontational, but rather intent on making sure the game was being officiated fairly for both sides. Throughout the second quarter, television commentators mentioned that Clark seemed to be sending a message about player safety, with some of them suggesting that the star guard may have been reminding officials that players needed protection when driving into the lane. They added that Clark had taken several hard bumps early in the game and might have felt that the referees were allowing too much contact. People on social media also reacted to the exchanges, stating that Clark looked like she wanted the officials to maintain control before the game became excessively physical. Reporters highlighted that Clark's message was not only about individual plays, but also about setting a tone for the remainder of the matchup. They said she appeared to be reminding the referees that the rhythm of the game depended on consistent officiating, especially in a matchup where emotions were high and both sides were pushing the pace. According to analysts, Clark understood the importance of communication with referees and appeared to be using those brief conversations to influence how the game was managed moving forward. By the third quarter, observers pointed out that the officiating seemed to tighten, leading some to believe that the referees had taken Clark's earlier message into account. Commentators mentioned that both teams began receiving more calls on drives to the basket, which they felt might have been a response to the Stars' earlier interactions. They also noted that Clark's leadership was on display, as she seemed to be advocating not just for herself, but for her teammates as well. After the game, analysts explained that Clark had effectively sent a message to the referees during the contest, and many felt that her communication reflected the maturity and awareness she had developed over her collegiate career. They emphasized that players of Clark's stature often took on the responsibility of speaking up when they felt the game needed adjustment, and they believed her interactions with officials were part of her role as Iowa's on-court leader.